Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Tuesday morning. Hopefully y'all staying dry and safe and getting on some high land and everything. But we're glad to be here, and we're bringing the show to you the best we can, no matter what the weather is. So Jeff and I, we're going to work hard at this, bring you some good entertainment. Our weather today, well, you know what it is. Temperature-wise, it's going to get up to 81, which is not very high, and it's pretty cool compared to what we had. Low 77, so you got a 4-degree difference all day long in the temperature, and the water temperature is 85.5. I swear, I think it's stuck because it's been out that way for like 2 weeks now, right there at the end of the pier. Our river reading is brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it out and do, or get out and do. Okay, Appalachian School, Bluntstown, 5.6. It's showing a little bit of a drop, and it may do that because they're not going to get the same rain we're getting up there in Georgia. But it's a different story on the Choctaw Caraville. It's just starting to rise, and you know what it's going to be. This morning's reading about is right between 3 and 4 foot, but it's going to be rising, and a lot of water be coming into Choctawhatchee. So y'all folks that live over that way know what's going to happen, and we've got flash floods and all that, all different areas. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today, September the 15th. We're exactly halfway through September, and good strong tides the next 3 days. But man, this weekend it's not looking good for the weekend tidal flow. So hopefully, and plus all that water is going to be washing in from the creeks, and all the bayous are going to be a little muddy and all. So you might want to go to Plan B. River's going to be high, so you might want to be looking at some of your dove fields or getting your tree stands ready or something. So it's going to be a little some challenging times for the fishermen this weekend. A marine forecast east-southeast, and they still call them from about 15 to 25 in gust and all. And you pretty well know we're more or less veterans of this kind of weather and all, and we sort of dodge a bullet a lot of times. Every now and then we get hit, but this time we're going to be okay, I believe. But anyway, it's going to be still high water and some wind. All right, and watch those dead trees falling. We lost power the other day because the lot next door, the dead tree fell on it and knocked the power out for everybody. But they came out and got it real quick. Take a break and be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's catch up on what's going on all around the Panhandle region outdoors. One of the first things we're going to talk about, how about this fishing tournament down in the East Point? And look what it's going to be, a black drum tournament. You're talking about catching them off the bridge and all. This is going to be really nice. And this is going to be on Saturday, October the 17th. And it's going to be sponsored there by Fisherman's Choice. There's their phone number right there if you want to call them, 670-8808. It's a $100 entrance fee, but I think they'll give out like $1,500. So that's that. We call it the Black Drum Tournament. And like I say now, you don't need a boat for this kind of tournament. Just go fish off those bridges. And you've seen us show picture after picture of the black drum being caught around these bridge pilings. So that's open to everybody. All right. Now, this next one, I was telling Jeff, I can't get over these saw palmetto berries. Terry Sidney sent this, and this is one of the bags. We were talking about the bags in a big old croaker sack lock, and he said, I tried to pick it up, but couldn't. I'm sure it was over 250 pounds. And if it's to get $3 a pound or something, what is that, $750? I'll get a couple bags of those. I'm in the wrong business. But anyway, I replied back, I said, wow, that'd be a lot of money for those folks that's working hard like that. So I guess that's why they take a chance by trespassing. Most of them probably don't get caught. And then he answered back. Okay, let me see. He answered back. The FWC guys told us that they believe there are 1,000 or 2,000 of them here from down south. And this is exactly what we suspected. The trespassers are coming in from out of town. Anyway, I was just. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to. I had a situation where I want to show you. I saw a sign. Okay, here it is right here. Okay, this was sent to me by Robbie Freed. Okay, he said I saw the sign on Highway 77 up in Chipley. I'll get a new sponsor. There it is. We buy salt palmetto berries. I looked at area code 352, and I'm thinking, where's that from? So, inquisitive mind like mine, where's area code 352? All right, that's the folks that are buying around Gainesville and Ocala, and if you know Florida that well, that's a lot of palmetto bushes and all down in that area. So they've got it. Okay, that's where they got it. And then the top 13 counties, and that's Marion County. I know you probably too much information for you, but this early in the morning. But Marion County and Lochaway County, Lake County. Okay. All right. Let's look at this one right here. Allison Parker. This is Jackson Parker, her son Jackson, and it went up there fishing. That's a 6.5 pound bass. Got a little Georgia pond with his dad Dalton Parker. I'm glad, Jackson, you're teaching your dad how to fish like that. He needs some lessons. Good job. Okay, let me see. I got to look back and find some more pictures. I got some. Speaking of bass fishing, okay, I've got them sort of scattered here. Talking about the high school tournaments and all. This is down in the St. John's River. How about the boys from Liberty County got second place with 9.72 pounds. On the left is my great nephew, Dylan Chester. On the right is Renner Roberts. They're fishing buddies, and they was placed second. Now that's pretty strong. And here they are, Roberts and Chester. They were there fishing up that seawall. And look at, I got tickled looking at the picture down in the right-hand corner. Have they got a selection now? They already at that age now. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, and plus 2 in their hand. They got 6 or 7 rods ready to fish. And that's how the pros do it. They've been watching TV a lot. And actually, Renner got the big fish. Good job, boys. All right. Let's switch over to hunting. Taylor McGuffin, been on the show before, physical therapist up there in around Virginia, West Virginia actually. We're living in West Virginia now. Went goose hunting the other day, and he got a nice goose. He loves he's the one who on the show that day talking about shooting predators. A good outdoorsman. Good job, Taylor McGuffin. Okay, I got a black drum from him. Okay, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I got a couple more pictures I didn't get to finish with last segment. Let's go, look at this. This is Georgia law enforcement. This is on Lake Seminole. Okay, Saturday, September 12th. This just happened really. Officer Cox and it goes on to give their name, boat right. They were checking a group of teal hunters. Teal season opened up now up there, and Sergeant Cox noticed the subjects became extremely nervous. Upon further inspection, Officer Boatwright located an alligator with a tail cut off in the sawgrass in front of the boat. The 4 subjects were issued 20 citations for hunting alligators without a permit, hunting without a federal duck stamp, hunting without migratory bird license, failure to allow inspections, possession of alligator parts, and several other charges. Good for the law enforcement guys up there on Lake Seminole for folks from Georgia. But you can see that gator's had his tail cut off. And that's anyway, the game warden, good job. Appreciate you getting those guys. Okay, listen, this is right here. Jump back here to Lynn Haven. All right, check this out. And this is the Lynn Haven boat ramp. If you're standing at a boat ramp, you're looking north toward North Bay, and Deer Point Dam is up there to the right. So Beta Bridge is to your left. So this is the entrance coming into the Lynn Haven boat ramp. And you say, what in the world happened? Well, your first instinct, your first thoughts, like all of us, maybe the guy had too many beers, or maybe the guy was just flying in there out of control. But no, this was not the case. People were reporting on it, and basically, here's another picture here. The police got here, and they came. Basically, what happened from the eyewitness accounts. Eyewitness accounts. I read them. Basically, what happened. The guy on the boat had a young person with him, I don't know if his son or grandson, but they were out fishing or doing something, but he cut himself. Well, he couldn't stop the bleeding, and he was bleeding profusely. And from what my understanding is from the eyewitness accounts, is that he just put a hammer down trying to get back to land as quick as he could. And that's what happened. And he was okay now, as far as I've heard. He's okay now, but that's not a bad idea to do that. If you got an emergency and you got to get medical attention right away, and you're bleeding profusely and you can't get it stopped, I can see that happening. So it wasn't any error or anything like that. He was just trying to get some help as quick as he could. So good job on that. Now, speaking of water situations, my kayaking friends, this is not a rattlesnake or water. This is a water moccasin, and I've had when I was 19 years old, maybe 20. A similar situation happened to me, just like this. I was in a kayak. I was in a little yellow boat from a feeder creek in Lake Talquin, way up in the creek, and no man ever been up there, I don't think, because I was just trying to explore. And that exact thing happened to me. I hit at him. He jumped back in the water, and then he rose up in the water like he was threatening me, just with his head back. That was one of the scariest I've ever been. So be careful out there. And the thing about kayaks, they can get in pretty fast. Okay, speaking up there of Liberty County, my buddies up there at T-Loja, Steve Kane and I graduated together from Quincy High School. This is his grandson right here, Jaden Kane, and his friend Charlie Burns. They were fishing out of Mexico Beach. Look at the triple tail and the redfish. And wait a minute now, he sent me an email right after that. He said, I forgot to tell you, my grandson and his friend caught the big triple tails on their fly rods. Congratulations, boys. That's some fun catching right there on a fly rod. Okay, and this came from Gulf Breeze now. I don't know what the Bears are doing, but they look like they're. So what they say? They say they look like a proposal or a drug deal. But anyway, you don't see that very often right around Gulf Breeze. Okay, that's gonna take care of that segment of pictures. We like to keep you updated on everything going on, all the different things going on, but I also like to look at the past sometimes and see how things that happened in the past and how they have a reflection on what's going on today. And I often bring a story out. I say I often do it. I haven't done it in a good while. My goal was when I wrote the book was to do a book story once a month, and I hadn't done that. But every now and then I'll run across one that something refreshes my memory about one. And this is I want to talk about Roy Martin. And you see this right here. Most of Roy Martin's stories in the book. This right here, you can see it is a rookie fish guide, and it was written by Roy Martin. Well, I actually think his wife did most of it and all, but it's really one of the early booklets first one in Northwest Florida, where he really talked about just fishing around the Panama City area right here. And I ran across it. You can't see right here, it's got in pencil 15 cents. So they were sold in my tackle stores and all, but I'm fortunate to have this because I'm probably the only one left like this anywhere. This is somebody's old box up in the attic somewhere. But Roy Martin, let me show you Roy Martin, give a background on him. Here's a book story. It's on page 266 in the book. He was a record setter. He was actually came down from Indiana, and here he is catching. This is right here. I've talked about highway. This is 30A. Right over that hill is where 30A is now. They call it that big old. That's 1959. A 60-pound cobia he caught in the surf and had to drag it up the hill. And of course he had a remarkable story, but he was sort of the go-to guy. Here he is right here fishing the pier. This is a first world record with a 49-pound lean caught on a 20-pound test line. Okay, this is right here locally. Okay, and then he got to fish. Ted Williams came into town in the early 60s down to Sears because they were promoting Ted Williams reels. And here he is with Ted Williams. So different stories on him. But okay, look at the picture on the left. Shown here, he's on Fidel. This is what was just amazing. He's fishing with Fidel Castro in June of 1960. Largest fish he caught on that trip, a huge bull dolphin. Castro had read about him and invited Martin to fish with him after he heard Martin was the world's greatest fisherman. Can you imagine? Would you love to have a camera on board that boat? And then his lovely wife, Dolores, with her, she caught a record setter. But anyway, what I wanted to, so you see the background in all of this. So I'm leading up to what I want to read about what he wrote on the very last page of this book. I just can't get over here fishing with Ted Williams, Fidel Castro, but I'm gonna read this little segment right here to you. But let's go ahead and take our break, and then I'll read it to you when we get back. Okay? Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. We're looking at 10:12 to 12:12 right here in the middle of the day, and then later on tonight, 10:40 to 12:40. Not a good day to be out on the water. We'll just leave it at that. I was thinking, I was looking at this just a second ago, I was thinking, wouldn't this look good in a collection at a maritime museum or old fisherman museum somewhere in the Florida Panhandle, preferably down like in St. Andrews somewhere, all this little memorabilia. But anyway, what I wanted to mention on the last thing he wrote, now he called this a rookie fish guide, and the word rookie, a lot of times we sort of use the word rookie now to sort of poke in jest at fun to someone, you know, being, oh, you're a rookie at it. But back in those days, a rookie was a rookie. So he wrote a rookie fish guide for folks who were just getting into fishing and didn't mean anything to belittle them, but it was a rookie fish guide. So he called, the last thing he wrote, that was sort of, I read it last night, I said, you know, it's fairly lengthy, this whole paragraph. This is something good to read. I wish I had read it to my classes over the years. I just sort of had this back, but I would like to read it to young people and all. And maybe the South Walton Outdoor Ed program can, somebody watching it, and read this. But I'm going to read it to you. This is the last thing on the last page of the book, the last paragraph. This is what he wrote. And it shows a lot of wisdom in it. I'm going to read it to you. This is rookie conservation, okay? Conservation plays a big part in rookie fishing. Don't be a litter bug with dead fish, regardless of size. Throw back whatever you catch and that you do not intend to eat. If you catch a rough fish that you know kills game fish, then destroy him. This is a good conservation practice. Don't just keep filling up your stringer because they're biting good with the intention of supplying all your neighbors and friends with fish. You will wind up burying them when you get home. It is proven fact that 90% of all people refuse free fish unless they are cleaned thoroughly. By the time you get home at the end of the day, you are too tired to clean all those fish. A conservator keeps what he wants for himself and throws back the rest while they are alive. It is better to say I caught 10 and released 25 rather than to say I caught 10 and killed 25 more than I had no use for. This practice will keep fish on your table for decades to come. A life is a life. Throw back any size. I thought that showed a lot of wisdom back in those days, because this is the 50s and early 60s, and most people were just keeping tubfuls of them. And I was tickled reading that and all. So anyway, that was Roy Martin. That's on page 266 if you have my book. Okay. Now I wanted to a couple of other things I want to talk about. Getting back to that situation where the profusely bleeding guy that operated the boat there in Lynn Haven that ran ashore. You know, we talk about all kind of accidents and all. I probably talk about it more than I should, but I was thinking about, you know, a simple thing like bleeding. And y'all, you know, if you get cut in the right place, it can really do some damage. And you only got so much blood and it starts pumping out, you're going to pass out. But remember, the basic first aid is, you know, you try to stop the bleeding. That's number one. You know, and by, of course, putting pressure on it. Say you cut yourself here, you want to put pressure on it. You know, you will keep it above the heart so blood won't be going to it, and keep it clean and put a gauze around it. And get first aid and keep putting the gauze around it. And that's why they had trouble, you know, a lot of times with shark bites. The people would bleed out, really, because especially if they hit somewhere on the leg where it's done a lot of damage like that. Okay, other thing too, let's jump to the CCA redfish. I've got a picture here. Look at here. Lisa Fitzgerald sent me a note. Not to send me a note. She made we've talked every now and then, but that Pinellas County kayaker caught the winning 2018 tag fish yesterday, 2 years old. So now you still can win if you're registered. So they won $1,000 worth of Engel coolers, and here's a picture of it right here. Okay, that was 2 years old, so isn't that cool? And it got a measure there on the ruler, the official ruler. And I haven't, so just keep in mind that even if you've still got October 4th, which is what, 3 more weeks of fishing, and I'm surprised. I haven't read a lot about the total results and all, but I did have that. Also, speaking of up-to-date information, I got a call from Scott Lindsay. He launched his boat at Carl Gray Park, and he said the beautiful ramp area we saw, and they had anticipated this happening, and it is already filling in. And in fact, so be careful there. I'm sure the city and the county will get together and try to get it dredged back out as soon as they can. But be careful because it's filling in, especially now with the storms coming and everything. It's going to fill in a lot quicker than they had anticipated. So the Cargrave Park is, it amazes me how a place like Davis Beach can stay, open and just right depth and all with hardly any kind of maintenance, and yet something like Cargrave Park, with all kind of work done to it, is filling in within 2 months of them almost completing it. So it's how nature does, how it moves that sand around, how the wind's blowing, and like Davis Beach is protected by by the inlet up there, and also most of the ramps around here are in pretty good shape though naturally, but they will fill in. Okay, don't forget we talked about dove season coming up. Check on the FWC website. There are some open places that has some good dove fields. I can't really get them all pinned down. It's sort of, you go in there and start, I sort of get lost, and they take me to South Florida and Central Florida as far as dove fields. But there's some good dove fields around here. Haven't been advertised a lot. Also, some good quail hunting in the management area. Some good dove fields in the management area and some good quail hunting in the management area. So you just go try to call the FWC office or go online and try to figure out what's going there. So we've got dove season opening up, I believe. I see not this weekend, but next weekend it'll be opening up. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of y'all getting ready for that. Okay, I got 2 or 3 more things. I don't have time to get into it. If you get a chance, send those pictures to me and share what's going on. It's going to be a pretty rough week. We won't be getting a lot of fishing pictures coming in the next couple of days and all, but remember all the boats came in at Tarpon Dock, so good time to run down to Tarpon Dock and get some fresh seafood because they all came in yesterday and day before. They anticipated what was coming, so it's been interesting. So anyway, we appreciate you watching Panhandle Outdoors. Do something good today for your fellow man, and on a day like today, so just take a deep breath and relax and start making plans for doing some stuff. Have a great day and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.